book nerds, this is Gabby and today I'm going to be doing the unpopular opinions tag. This is honestly one of my absolute all-time favorite tags. I used to watch it like everyone's tag I've watched. If you have one, link it down below, and if I haven't watched it, I for sure will watch it because I love this tag. I just think it's so nice. Sometimes I have some things that people might not agree with and I'm being always honest, but I think it's just nice to have somewhere to talk about it, you know? Well, I guess a disclaimer, like obviously if I don't like something you do, it's not personal. I really think this is silly because come on, you should know. I don't mean this as you as a person. I just don't like the book, and I don't even mean that I don't like the author or I don't like the whole book if I don't like the character. It's just something I don't like. Everyone's different, you know? So let's just jump into the questions. I will link the creator of the tag down below. So first question is a popular book or series you didn't like. I feel like I have a lot that I didn't love. Like they were alright, but there's one I really don't like. Like I liked the first book, but then I hated everything else. So this book is The Raven Cycle by Maggie Stiefvater. I read the first book, I thought it was alright, I kind of enjoyed it, then it just went so downhill. There's just no purpose to it. I have no clue what happened. I read it, I still don't know what happened. The characters were alright, but I'm not in love with them as much as people are. Magical realism I'm okay with, but things need to make sense. Just everything was left so open-ended. I didn't enjoy that, and just not a book for me. Some others are Shadow and Bone series, which I thought was alright, but I didn't love it as much as everyone else. I am excited for the TV show because I love Six of Crows. And then Throne of Glass, so I read up to Tower of Dawn and I will finish the series just because I'm curious. I just don't like it as much as everyone else. I thought it was alright, but the writing is nothing special. I read her other series and I did enjoy that. Next question is a book or series that many people don't like but you love. Love is a very strong word, but I feel like the Truly Devious series, I enjoyed it so much and I really liked it. Both the first book and the second, I feel like people say the second was better, but for me I think the first one was better maybe. But yeah, that is one. And then Heartless, I absolutely love that book. It's a standalone retelling of the Queen of Hearts and I really enjoyed it, but I heard a lot of people didn't like it and I did enjoy it. It was like one of my very first audiobooks, maybe my second one I ever listened to, and I did enjoy that, so maybe that added to my enjoyment, or maybe just the novelty of the medium, you know. I don't know what it was, but I really enjoyed it. And I heard a lot of negative reviews or just like very meh reviews when I thought it was like a favorite of people, so I was surprised. And Daughter of Smoke and Bone, I know people like it, but I just never hear anyone talk about it much. I know it's a very old series, but it's like one of my absolute favorites. Love triangle when the main character ended up with the person you didn't want them to end up with, or an OTP that you didn't like. Shadow and Bone. So Mal is my most hated character of all time. He's a piece of and I really don't like him because there's nothing interesting about him, I don't think. He's just so controlling and he just wants Alina to give up her power and be just as ordinary as he is, and he's scared of a powerful partner really, and the only time he's happy is when she doesn't have her power. So I don't like him. I think he's controlling. To me, I don't like that. Honestly, I don't like the Darkling either. I mean, I don't mind him as a villain. I think he's a really good villain, but do I ship it? No, it's messed up. I can see where people could ship it because I think there was an opportunity to explore this more and really make them kind of drawn to each other but bad for each other. Like there was opportunity to do that, and I feel like people wrote that in themselves, because in the actual book I don't think that's what happened. Like I really don't. So I think people added a lot from what they saw the potential for, and I totally get the potential. The potential is sexy as hell, but that's not really what happened, and I'm not a big of fan. I love Nikolai. I think he is perfect. He was such a great character, great boyfriend, and he's just loving her around. So for me it would be Nikolai, and I was not happy. A popular genre you hardly ever reach for, so for me this would be sci-fi. It's not that I don't like sci-fi, but every time I try to read it I just cannot get into it. I really don't care. I'm much more of a fantasy person. I need my gowns and my horses and my wild open fields. I'm not really into the whole space. Out in a ship, it just feels so contained to me to be out on a ship, and that's where the action's taking place. I am excited to see different planets, but I find with a lot of fantasy that's not actually what we're getting. We get maybe one unique planet, but really it's just a human version of a different planet, so it's very similar. And there's a lot of exceptions I think, but I just didn't find sci-fi that really gripped me. I did read some that I enjoyed, or some that maybe kind of pretend that they were something else, and then I actually, oh actually it's a sci-fi when you think about it, but it's not a typical sci-fi. But yeah, sci-fi is not something I very much read for. I want to, so if you have any like recommendations for sci-fi noobs who enjoy a lot of fantasy and you think maybe I would enjoy this, then let me know. Or like any classic, not classic, but like any cult classic or like any fantasy you think everyone should read, just let me know and I'll read it. A popular or beloved character you don't like. So see, I have an issue because I mostly don't like I like the main characters. I don't really like them very often. I find them whiny most of the time. It's kind of annoying. For me, if I had a power I really want to appreciate it and be like, wow, I'm amazing. But a lot of characters are like, I know my power, blah, blah. Anyway, I'm not enjoying that. So there's a lot of main characters who people seem to love and I don't really get it. I love a lot of side characters and I love a lot of love interests, but just main characters are a bit of an issue for me. So I've got a little list going. So Alina, I don't like her as much as everyone else. Smile, obviously I hate him, but I don't think anyone likes Smile. I heard some people, but they're weird. If you like Smile, I'm sorry, I still want to be your friend, I swear. It's just, I'm exaggerating for the comedic aspect. So this is all exaggerations, because honestly, if you love Mile, there's nothing wrong with him. I mean, to me there is, but to you might not be, so that's fine. Alina, I don't think she could have been so much more than she was. Ronan from Raven Cycle, people seem to love him. He's kind of abusive, but I guess he does have his issues, so there's a new series coming. I'm not reading it, but maybe he's more developed there. Selena Serdofian from Throne of Glass. I really don't like Selena. Oh my god, how I hate Selena. She's just so annoying. Oh my god. And people love her and they're like, oh my god, she's so powerful, and she, oh my god. I just filmed them bingo and there was a question about I'm not like other girls. I should have chosen Selena, because seriously, oh my god, I'm not so like, I'm so better than everyone else. I just don't like her. I honestly don't like her. Cole, whatever his name is, I hate him from Throne of Glass. And this is, I've changed my mind completely on this, but when I first started reading, I'd say Claire and Jace, because people seem to love them as a couple, love them individually, book boyfriends, blah blah blah, whatever. I used to really dislike Claire because I thought she was whiny and just so not like other girls, and I used to not like Jace because I thought he was a prick. But honestly, seeing them grow in other series and reading like the Dark Artifices series and seeing them as adults, I absolutely love them now, but I just used to not really like them much. A popular book trope you're tired of seeing. You know what? I've got my bingo sheet. So I'm gonna, Jessie the Reader really nicely rolled them out so I can kind of look. So first of all, love triangle, hate it if it's done bad. I'm not like other girls, don't even get me started. Bad boy with a tragic backstory, not a fan. Explaining all the flows away because someone has a tragic backstory. All of a sudden they're just the best character ever. Like, I don't know, like Snape, right? Because I don't like him. I think he's abusive. I think he redeemed himself a little bit, but he didn't become the best character ever and the best person ever. He abuses children and is all around awful, and just because his secondary school crush or primary school crush didn't like him back, like, really get off Neville and get off Harry because you're disgusting. A lot of swoony bad boys had that backstory, and sometimes I'm really into it and I feel very bad about myself. Popular book or series you have no interest in reading. Cruel King, I heard it's questionable relationship and I'm just kind of over Faye. Selection, never gonna read that unless I'm like desperate for an easy read. Lunar Chronicles, Red Queen series, I'm not gonna read that. Saying goes that the book is always better than the movie, but what movie or TV show adaptation is better than the book? I think To All the Boys I've Loved Before movie, it's just top notch, amazing, I love it, so cute. I just watched it in the very best moment of my life. Perfect. I was about to go long distance with my boyfriend and I just felt, no, I did actually, I just started long distance with my boyfriend. I was so sad and miserable all the time, and you know what, like, this movie was so fluffy and so beautiful and just gave me all the feels, and it reminded me love is beautiful and made me miss my boyfriend slightly less, like a tiny little bit, not much, but like it helped me in the moment, you know. So I just read it, I just watched it at the right time, and I didn't like the ending of the book. It was way too open, and for me, I like how the first movie ended, and I'm curious what the next movie will bring, because I didn't like the other books in the series. I think it should have been standalone. But Gone Girls, I first watched the movie like a year ago, then like 2 days ago I read the book, and I didn't really enjoy the book because I knew what was gonna happen, so I was kind of bored and I was like, can we please just move along? I think if I read the book first, maybe I would like that more. And I rewatched the movie yesterday and it wasn't as amazing as I remembered it, because I remembered like absolutely the best movie I've ever seen. But I think that's a lot to do with the twists and turns, and if you have watched it and already know the story, it's not as gripping, but it was super interesting to see, and there was a lot of interesting filmmaking choices made, and it's just really, really good. So I really enjoyed that. I thought it was good. And next one is something I watched when I was a kid, and it's The Secret of Mooncare with Dakota Blue something. And I watched the movie when I was a kid. I absolutely loved it. Then I read the book and I really didn't like the book. So that used to be always my answer. This is it for the Unpopular Opinions book tag. I really hope you enjoyed it. I hope I didn't offend anyone. Just remember, it's for fun and my favorite book tag ever. So if you wanna share some unpopular opinions with me, just either tell me all of them, or just choose one that you really think is really, really unpopular and let me know in the comments. I'm really curious. I love hearing unpopular opinions. I think it's so interesting how all of us can consume the same media and just get such different things from it and just different experiences. And thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you could like, subscribe and comment, that'd be amazing. But if you don't want to, that's okay too. And I really hope you all see you in my next video, and it was a pleasure. I love you all, and bye.